In fact, I'll just continue with my previous ragas on the regulation. When we finished working on that way back in 2005, and that was the time when we didn't hear too much on the consumer protection, because we all feel that we are doing great work, and we never will do anything which will harm consumer and the people with whom we are working. But when we submitted in India the proposal on the regulatory framework to the government, and the government seems to be buying into the concept of allowing not-for-profit organizations to provide thrift services or saving services, we thought it's a high time that we need to start working on the code of conduct or the practice part of the microfinance. And we basically developed a code of conduct in India. And generally in Sadhan, when we work on any of such areas, we do a lot of consultation with the members and with the stakeholders which are there. We spent almost 1.5 years on that, and this code of conduct basically defines relationship between institutions, among institutions, MFIs, institutions and the clients, institutions and the employees, because all these segments are very crucial for any institution to really work on the ground. And we felt that as microfinance is going to grow up, there'll be a lot of pressure on the field staff. And again, we were proved correct today when we see the growth and the kind of challenges the field staff faces. So we did that, but since we are not a regulator, there was a lot of questions that why will people buy into it, right? Because that time there was no crisis, and when we were in the process of developing that. I don't know whether I should say that fortunately or unfortunately, the crisis happened, actually. And there was a serious crisis, and which was actually talking about the practice part of it. It actually break our belief that we are the best institution, and our practice is going to be the model practice for any institution to work on micro or in the financial sector with the poor. So basically, that really helped us to communicate to the members the importance of this activity, which we did. But then we finished the work in 2007, and then we work on the educating members and how they're going to implement that, because then people said it's a grandmother's document. You're saying all good things. How we're going to implement that? It is not going to be easy to implement that. So basically, what we did then, we worked on the details of each of the norm which was set up there, and we went around in the sector, and we basically looked at how people are actually doing practice on the ground. Even if there is no code of conduct, there are institutions and many of them are working in one part or the other. There are very interesting practice happening on the ground, which we collected again. And now I think there's a high time in India that we have to basically start implementing it. And we're in the process of setting up a grievance redressal committee, which will be having possibly a retired judge or a senior bureaucrat who understands us. Otherwise, every day there'll be the person will pass an order against us. So basically, we are on 1st and 2nd there's an annual general meeting of the association, and that is the time when we are going to declare that any non-compliance thereafter will be taken seriously. So there's a lot of work which has gone into this, and implementation was a challenge, because India being a large country, people, otherwise people in different regions say, no, this part will not applicable to us because we are different. We are in the south is different to us, to north is different to us. But basically when we developed it, we tried to make sure that we could cover the basic norm that you need to comply with when you're working with your client, and when the client is poor and illiterate. So we have captured those aspects in India, and hopefully we'll see the results very soon on that.